Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ethan Bernard, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my build for the Shadoo. The Shadoo is a freaking sentient arm, people. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. This is an arm ripped off a sentient that fires like these fiery beams that do base fire damage and releases a shockwave that removes all the damage resistances off sentients and also knocks back enemies, which is pretty damn crazy. It regenerates its own ammo once that shockwave is done, by the way. So you shoot, the shockwave goes out, and all your ammo goes right back into the gun. It's pretty damn cool. So let's get into this and see what we can do. But before we get into the build, if you guys end up enjoying this video, leave it a like and subscribe to the channel, alright? It's free, it helps me out a lot, and the majority of people who watch these build guides don't ever end up subscribing. So if you're new here and you like what you see, hit that button, people. It's free and it makes me feel happy, okay? So let's get into the build here. I put 5 Forma on this thing. Do not Forma this slot. This Exilus slot is next to useless. I hate it. And unless terminal velocity ever gets put on this weapon, this slot is completely and totally useless, okay? Don't do it. I Forma'd this, and then I spent over an hour trying to figure out what the hell to put in it, and I honestly don't even care about it at this point. So starting off up here, we're going to be using Serration and Split Chamber for our base damage, and then we're going to be following up with Point Strike and Vital Sense for our base crit mods. From there, going on to the base damages elementals of this weapon, we're going to be putting High Voltage, a single 60/60 mod, in favor of the 11-point elemental mods to go alongside it. For the purpose of testing, we're building for Corrosive, which means High Voltage, Stormbringer, and Infected Clip to make the Corrosive greater than the base heat damage, which means the Corrosive and the heat together are going to be working simultaneously. The Corrosive will burn through armor, heat will burn through the flesh. Everyone's happy, people, alright? For the final slot here, we're putting on Vigilante Armaments. For the Exilus slot, since I formatted it, I'm going to put on Vigilante Supplies. Ethan, this gun regenerates its own ammo. Yeah, I know, but this gives it a 5% chance to enhance critical hits. Okay? We gotta make the gun the absolute best it can be because Stabilizer doesn't do shit on this base build. You can make it silenced if you want. Like, I don't know. This Exilus slot without terminal velocity is kind of sad, and I'm really disappointed that terminal velocity can't be used on this weapon, even though I know it's technically not shooting projectiles. Alright, folks, we're going to be going up against 8 level 120 corrupted heavy gunners here with this base damage build. This build is meant to do pure damage, but I will warn you before we start shooting, this thing does not always shoot where you're aiming. Okay, I can aim at their head and it will not hit a headshot. I can aim below their head and it'll hit a headshot. I can aim to the right of their head and it'll hit a headshot. I can aim to the right of their head and it won't hit a headshot. It's kind of random. It has a learning curve to it. So I'm not going to be landing perfect headshots every time, but I will tell you this. This gun does a crap ton of damage, and it also does it in kind of an AoE. Kind of like Static Core. You shoot it and the base damage area and everything around it takes a crap ton of damage. So take a look at this. When it actually lands, look at that. It does a ton of damage. So once you actually get it to hit the head, you can usually 3-shot these guys. Look at all the people around them. These guys on the left row here are already, like, all basically at half health. This guy in the end's dead. That guy in the end's dead. Dead, dead. They're all dead. It's nuts. This gun deals a freaking crap ton of damage. We're going to do that one more time, this time in full auto, because I was kind of tapping there to try to make sure we landed some shots. So look at this. This is in full auto mode with the base fire rate. Then that shockwave gets put out. Everyone gets out of line. But look at the damage output, people. Once you start landing those headshots, this thing 2 shots level 120 corrupted heavy gunners if you land those crits. That's nuts. This is one of the best like damage dealing primaries in Warframe, and it's a freaking sentient arm. That being said, we don't really need that much damage, so I had an idea. Let's make this build better by allowing it to shoot a little bit faster, which also in turn kind of helps out the shockwave. So we took off one of those 11-point mods, moved Vigilante Armaments over into that polarity, and put on Speed Trigger. Ethan, why not Vile Acceleration or Shred? Stop it. Okay, listen, Shred puts Punch Through. Punch Through makes this gun useless because the bullets explode on impact, And if the bullets don't impact the target, they're not gonna explode. Okay, so don't use Shred. Don't use Prime Shred. I know Prime Shred looks prettier, but it's gonna make this gun worse. Don't do it. I know you're thinking about it. Alright, and Vial Acceleration's too fast, plus it takes away damage. Why do we want to take away damage? Alright, listen, I know Vial Acceleration's usually my go-to. This gun doesn't need it, okay? We did slot in Stabilizer here because once Speed triggers on this, there is a little bit of recoil, and Stabilizer pretty much completely removes that. Alright, let's go back up with the Fire Rate build against the same group of level 120 Corrupted Heavy Gunners. For the first group of 8 enemies, I'm going to be full autoing it, and for the second group, I'm going to be tapping it, okay? So for all these guys, I'm going to full auto the crap out of them. I missed a lot of the headshots, but look at what happens when I land them. Boom, 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 like 2-shot. Get that, look at that, 2-shot. Just freaking 3-shot that guy, 2-shot that guy, 2-shot that guy. Look at the damage here, people. It deals it so fast. It just goes boom, 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 and then shockwave, and then, oh, you have your ammo back already. You can just keep shooting. It's almost instantaneous. Less than a second, and you have all your ammo back, and you can just keep wreaking havoc. Okay, when you're in a mission, you can literally shoot the ground and kill like 8 enemies at once because of how large this shockwave is. You can literally spray the ground, and everyone in the mission will die because of how much damage this is dealing. It's like Static Core all over again, except for this time, it's a freaking sentient arm, okay? That being said, let's do that one more time, but this time I'm going to try to pace out the shots and get like the most actual damage out of it as possible instead of just trying to full auto it. Like I said, it's kind of hard to aim for the head, but look at the damage you get once you land those headshots. At like 2 to 3 shots, these guys, everyone around your target is getting absolutely smacked. This guy's almost dead, and he wasn't even in that row. Look at this damage, people. It's nuts. It literally shreds through these guys even faster than some of the weapons we covered earlier this week, which were also pretty insane. So I can confidently say Shedu with 4 Forma, you don't need the 5th one, is one of like the highest damage dealers in Warframe. Look at the AoE we're getting on top of the single target damage. This thing's absolutely nuts, and you can make whatever elements you want on it, and it just melts through these guys. So I highly recommend the weapon. The weapon itself is a pain in the ass to get. You have to beat the Era quest. You have to go to the Anomaly and the Railjack missions and farm parts for it. I ended up buying them to make this video because I didn't even know the weapon existed. But you guys get the idea. Let me know what you guys think of Shedu down in the comments below. Did you love my builds? Did you hate them? Do you love the weapon? Do you hate it? I love hearing from you guys, so let me know. If you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, by the way. It's free and it helps me out a lot. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey naysayers, how y'all been? It's been a minute, but I'm in it to win, and I ain't finished. This is the starting gun, and I'ma run it to the front until I'm #1, son. This is a rhythmic defibrillation, innovative, old school to thrill the nation. I've been patiently waiting and building steam, but I'm back with the